Hello everybody and welcome to a channel update, a special one. I decided to do a channel update for this one because why not? It's been 1,000 videos. This video will mark on Saturday, May something, the 1,000th video that I've put on my channel. It has been a long time. I've been doing this for a long time, one way or the other. And there are many videos that I've deleted that I would have been at 1,000 probably a long time ago. So, I'm doing this in the middle of the day, so there's some background noise. I'm taking the opportunities I can. Life has been busy. So let's just jump right into the 4 different things that I've put in here before I just jump straight to 4. So number 1 is new series. So as you know, that I've been doing basically, honestly I've been doing like free series, maybe throwing in a random one here and there, but for the most part I've been playing Nobunaga's Ambition. That's been pretty much a constant. I've tried to play Warhammer. I've done Romance of the Three Kingdoms, and I started some Brigadine and stuff like that. I've been doing, always fall back on Nobunaga's Ambition. I have a Katsui run doing right now, and that is going to get finished. But I'm also going to, once that's finished, I'm going to kind of put it on the back burner for a minute, because Nobunaga's Ambition has a special edition coming out, and at this point it'd be I believe it's next month. And adding a whole bunch of new stuff, whole new scenarios, a really early scenario, which if you guys been watching, you know I love so much. After that, what we're going to do is, I have a lot of strategy games I plan to roll out. Age of Empires 2 finally came to PS5. I have Age of Wonders. I have Age of Mythology. A lot of ages. I have a few tactical-based strategy games I plan to play, and to really slide those in and give a little bit more variety to a lot of kind of the same old I've been rolling out and putting out lately. One of the things I do plan to do as far as PCs related, I want to get into some of the more historical Total Wars and to deal with that a little bit more. Alright, as well as, like Total War Shogun, getting back into some of the Free Kingdoms would be pretty cool, and maybe even delving into some Rome. I've always done Warhammer because I like fantasy a lot, so delving into some of these others might be a little bit interesting, a little bit change of pace. So, speaking of which, though, that brings us to number 2, is I'm going to start posting a lot of polls. There's going to be a lot of polls probably posted today. Feedback, I always ask for feedback, and sometimes I don't get feedback. At the most I've gotten feedback is from polls. So there's a few questions about the channel that I'm going to post on there, as well as some other games that I'm thinking about doing that I'm going to put polls on there for convenience of voting and stuff like that, to see what people think and what they'd want to see. Because, this is 1,000 videos. We've been doing this for a while, and I need to look and see just what the ratio of like Nobunaga's Ambition and stuff like that, how much of that has contributed to my 1,000 videos. But I'm talking about polls of, should I bring back some action games? Should I bring back some RPGs? Should I stick to just strategy? Like, I'm gonna post some game options. Should I do a mix of all of them? These are the games I would play if I did this. These were the games I'd play if I did that. Which one sounds better? Would you like this? Would you like that? It's stuff like that that I almost wanted to do a stream and ask those questions, but I don't know. It's hard to justify, and it's also hard to find the time to do that. Because with work and life and stuff like that, it's hard enough for me to stick to a video schedule. And I think every time I post a schedule, people are like, "Hey, sure, yeah, you say that." We'll see it when you make it, and that's just the honest truth. I've fallen behind messaging people that I messaged and keeping up to date in Discords and stuff like that. And it's been a hectic season and a hectic past few months. So, but expect to see polls for future projects and stuff like that. So leading on to number three. Number three is definitely I really wanted to do a video or a something big, a stream or something for 1,000. It may not be on 1,000, okay? It might just be we celebrate like a late birthday, stuff like that. Finding the time to make the stream, to do the stream, and to really find the perfect project to work on to do that, and to really, because this needs to be something special, and I want it to be something special. I have a few ideas kicked around here and there. I've talked about them to a few people, and it's finding the right time, because a lot of times, you know, things get in the way. We may be 1,100 videos in before this even happens. God, I hope that's not the case. Or else you'll see it's labeled 1,100th celebration. But I want to try to get that. So there's no tellings what it's going to be. There's nothing I have planned right now. There's only baseless ideas. So just stay tuned for that if you're interested. And yeah, if anything, streams are just a good way to get together and talk. So now, rambles. So before we even start the rambles, before I really just delve into a lot of this stuff, if you've made it this far, I just want to let you know I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody watching this. I appreciate people like my brother and stuff that have just the reason I kept making these videos. I mean, this is the reason this hobby has grown to the kind of scape it is, because, you know, we're not like millions of subscribers or anything like that, but I appreciate every single one of you, and the fact that you feel like, you know what, he's worth hitting that button. I'll watch it every now and then. That's perfect. That means I'm doing something right, and I'm always going to just be me. So I just want to say I really appreciate that, and thank you all so much for joining me for 1,000 different videos and streams and updates and messes that I have created throughout the years, because it has been years. It's been years. I don't even know exactly how many years. I know when I started doing this stuff, I wanted to do Final Fantasy 14 videos, because that's what I was playing. I played it an entire year straight, every day. Every time I got back from work, every time I woke up, every time before I went to bed, I played it straight, and that's how I met my wife. And played it even more, and then I started delving into other stuff. You know, I thought like I'll have an MMO side of things. I play Elder Scrolls Online, stuff like that, yeah. And then that didn't happen, so I was like, you know what? I'll play this and that, and I was like, you know what? I don't know. It got down to where like I'll just play games that, and my brother would tell me, hey, I want to know what this game's like. Okay, I'll make a video of it. I'll do that, and I still do that sometimes. And then I started playing Nobunaga's Ambition. I played Taishi, like I think it's 4 or 5 years ago now, and that kind of just kicked it off. I was like, you know what? This is fun to make videos of. So I kept doing that. I think I did about maybe 3 Taishi videos, and then I moved on to something else. And then when Awakening came out, I started that one, and now that is my most viewed video. That series, that very first episode, has, last time I checked, was like 6.5 thousand views. And that was like, holy crap, you know. I love it, and when I look back at it, that wasn't even close to my best run. I didn't know what I was doing. I was playing on very easy because I was so new to that stuff, and I was like, I don't want to mess up on camera. And now I'm like, I'm gonna mess up regardless, so might as well. And now we're like, God, 12, 13 different series in, maybe even more than that, I'm not sure. We've done so much. I love doing altered histories. I just slapped that on there because I'm not following history. And randomized maps, custom campaigns, community collaborations. I was lucky enough to do some of those, and they were all so much fun and kept the game still had life in there. And I'm not a hardcore. I'm not hardcore. I'm not putting it on the hardest difficulty. I'm not doing that stuff. I'm trying to be better now, but I'm not delving into the deep end. I'm trying, but it's like even on Warhammer and stuff like that. I'm trying to do harder stuff while also keeping it like keeping myself from falling into my usual bad habits, auto resolving all the time. I did that in plenty of episodes and stuff like that, and working around with it. And there's so many other games, like, I don't edit any of my videos, and it's for the longest time I was like, I didn't really know how to delve in, and I didn't know how to make it look good. And then I got to a point where I was like, I'm not gonna edit anything. I'm just gonna be raw. It's just gonna be right out the gate. This is what I did. If I made a mistake, there's the mistake. You see it. It's right there. It's kind of like streaming in a way. You can't backpedal on a stream like, that didn't happen. We'll just edit that out. Or you say something stupid, there it is. It's right there. You can't take that back. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep making videos like that, because why not? It's first of all, it's easier. It's easier to post. It's easier just to make and post it. Sometimes you'll end up in like a Souls game where I'm pretty sure like Code Vein or Neo and stuff like that I have a whole video of me just dying to a boss over and over and over again. And it gets frustrating when you watch something for 45 minutes and you're like, he died straight for 45 minutes. That was a waste of an episode. No, this is me. Oh God, I was like, that's part of the fun of it, I guess. It's the fun for me, because I'm not gonna take a break. I'm not gonna give up. I push myself to the point where I am just sick of it. I'm physically sick, and I'm like, oh God. Take a deep breath and try a few more dozen times. I don't know, and I'm talking a little bit more than normal and rambling a little bit more than normal. I mean, it's 1,000 videos. It's at this point, I've earned rambling to get this to a 15-minute video. I can't even really remember exactly some of the plans I had. I had one at one time. You can still delve through my 1,000 episode library. I think I have a folder of it, or a playlist of it. Is I did this thing that I tried to do every Wednesdays that was like outside the box, and I took any of the random, just run-of-the-mill, reach my hand in a bucket and grab some of these arcade games that PlayStation Plus gave out for free for the longest time. And I'm like, sure, why not? And I'd play it, and I'd make a video of it. And that was probably, it was inconsistent, and it was like one of the probably most disliked and less viewed. But in a way, some of those games you never would have even thought to look at were actually pretty good. And I ended up, like, even when I didn't record it, some of those games I went back and just kept playing. At one point I was going to do a stream every week, and then that fell through. I did multiplayer Mondays for a long time, off and on. And I did For Honor, which I love and love to rage at, and I did Overwatch, which was another passion game of mine that I played far too much. And I was like, this is pretty cool. You know what? I'm gonna keep up with this. And then I didn't. And ultimately we just kind of boiled down to like strategy games. I'm like, okay, if I can make one constant, it would be that there's a Nobunaga's Ambition, at least one a week. I'd at least make that. That's at least a series I'll do. And part of me, if I'm being real, part of me kept going for 50-50 reasons. Part of it was because I loved the game, and another part of it was because I knew that that's what people watched. That's what people wanted to see. And I rested on that a little bit too long, I think. And I was like, one of these days I'm going to burn myself out on Nobunaga's Ambition, and I'm going to start hating playing it, and that's not something I want to do. That's first of all, it makes bad videos, but also I don't want to come to resent needing to make videos. So when we hit 2,000, I don't know what we'll end up doing. We will hit 2,000. It'll take many years. YouTube might be gone by then. Who knows? But yeah, you know, I debated on the fact of making a video just talking, and it was really a video for myself and anyone who doesn't mind rambles. Maybe I'd put something more of a stagnant image back there. We'd probably look at a few pictures or something and talk about some games, talk about in depth some things I've learned about some of these games in my library that might be a decent idea to really find out and accomplish. You never know. Like, hey, have you ever heard of this game? This is what I learned about it. This is what it's going. It's like I'm playing a game right now. I'm playing Expedition 33, and it is a phenomenal game. It's super hard, but it's phenomenal. I'm really enjoying it. And you know, you never would have found stuff like that. And like my brother told me about it. I didn't see a video for it until afterwards. So yeah, you know, you never know. Anyway, looks like my dog's cutting it short for me, even though we already passed 15 minutes anyway. So if you made it this far, I want to say thank you all so much for watching. Keep anything I said in mind. Let me know in any comments on any video. I see all of it, what you think and what you'd want to see. Any ideas you may have, who knows? I may have completely missed something that you would be interested in seeing. I don't know. But with that in mind, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.